Hello everyone, how are you guys doing today? Thank you for clicking on the video and thank you for checking out the sew along that we have on for today. It's very quick, very simple, very easy. I realized that I have a big hole where tops are supposed to be in my wardrobe, so I decided to do something about it. And actually these fabrics that I'm using are actually part of my Ankara collection, so I don't know but as you can see in the tutorial, I use very minimal amounts of the fabric, so I don't know if it counts as part of my Ankara collection or not. But either ways, like by the end of the year, I'll know if I can lob that in or not. Anyways, if you follow me on Instagram, which you should, you would have seen where I did a poll with this fabric and these fabrics, and I asked you guys which one should I use. There's a blue, but I've used up every last scrap of the blue, so it's not here for you guys to see. And this is the yellow, right? This side is yellow, this side is white. Now the top we're going to be sewing today, I will put a picture up of so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. It's very simple, very easy. And here is our version. Like I said, I made 2 of them. So wait till the end of the video, you see me wearing it and I style it up, and you guys can tell me which one you prefer, the yellow or the blue. Okay, yeah, like I said, very easy to make, and I show you guys how to do that in the tutorials. But in the tutorial I only show you guys how to make this one because this has grown on sleeves, and I wanted to show you guys how to do that. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like, comment, subscribe, tag me on Instagram if you guys take a stab at the project, and I'm very happy to have you guys here, and I'll see you guys at the end of this video. Hey guys, welcome to the talking hands section of the video. So hopefully there's a picture of what we're going to make, and if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that weeks ago already. So it's a very basic top, neckline, armhole, dots. It's some people might like a boxy shape, but I don't really. So I'm going to just give it a little bit of shape on the waistline, ever so slightly. Okay, so shaping will be this way, ever so slightly. But the main thing, and I don't know if I've said this already, but I'm going to make both the yellow and the blue, and one is going to have just your regular sleeves, and the other one is going to have some grown on sleeves. And that's what I wanted to show you guys today, how I basically a cap sleeve, but I want it to be one piece instead of 2 pieces. Okay, now to do that, it's quite important that you don't put anything down for like this curve up to like 3 inches, right? Because then it'll be hard for you to lift your arms. Then secondly, the shoulder is a slope, right? It's slanting downwards, so we would increase the height ever so slightly, then come down this way and just draw our shape there. Okay, so this whole piece will be one piece, and remember we gave ourselves a good allowance here. This should actually curve in this way, right, so that your sewing line is straight. Then this has to give you allowance so that you can move your shoulders a bit. So like measure your bicep, right, and add like 1 inch or so and draw this line, right? It shouldn't come down like this. This should go up and slant this way and curve in, right? So this is it, really quick and simple tutorial. And of course this is our front and also our back. For the front we will cut 1 because it's on the fold. For the back we will cut 2 pieces, and for the back we are going to ignore the dart. Obviously, I'm just using this to show you an example. So guys, I will get to cutting it in my size, in my own size pattern. Then we'll start sewing up, and it's a quick and easy top, just something I thought you guys would like to see and take part in. Okay guys, these are our tops all cut out, and as you can see here, this is the cap sleeve going in on the arm there. This is the yellow top. It's a regular top, just neckline, armhole, and darts. This is the back. It's in 2 pieces. I actually got the fabric for this top a long time ago because I liked the color, the 2 colorway it was, and I was thinking I would do something really nice, like play with the reverse of the fabric. I still have some of the fabric, so I still might get into that. But like I was saying, this is the other top that I'm going to be sewing. This is the dart. This is the front part. It's cut on the fold, right? And this is the back. It's cut in 2. It's also a center back seam. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying what you're seeing so far. Okay guys, believe this or not, this is like take 8. So this is where we are right now. I wanted to show you guys how this one is coming along, just so you see what it looks like. This is the blue one is the one we're going to sew together, but I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. And the back is just going to be a simple loop and button closure. And for the interfacing, I wanted the insides to match as much as possible, so I just took this fabric and flipped it around, put my interfacing here, and did the facing so that the white side showed. Okay, now moving on to this one. This is going to be the center one, like this, right? And all that I have done is use a 1/2 inch bias binding maker. Then for this part, which this looks like a human eye looking on, it wasn't intentional at all. For this one, I cut it with a little bit on the bias, just because the fabric in the picture looks like it's very drapey. This one isn't, so I decided to give it as much help as I could by cutting it this way, so that when I fold, when I put in the pleats, it will have some character to it, you know, to make it even more 3D. Then here will be straight, and to have all this loveliness the way this one does, you can see, but just a tiny bit. Okay, then to finish off the armholes and the neckline, I'm going to, this is just a bias cut piece of fabric, 2 inch, 1 inch here, 1 inch here, and I intend to make the closure, the back closure of this, to just be like a regular tie. So I will extend this a bit, right? Then sew this on 1/2 inch and flip it over to the inside and sew another 1/2 inch. Like I said, for the neckline and the armholes. And I also intend to do some top stitching as well, especially for the bottom part, but I want to use like a dark blue thread because I feel like there's already enough color going on. Okay, Now for the hem, this is the back piece. For the hem, I also decided to get adventurous as well, and it's going to have like a facing stitched on type detail. I'm sure you guys have seen these before. So I want the insides to look like this, right? So that the front will look like this, but the inside will look like this. So there's going to be a separate video on how to create all this and sew it up. So yeah, that is what we're up to right now, guys, and I'll see you guys in the sewing bit. For this whole thing, we have to prep this first, and to do that, I'm just going to create a baby hem right here. So we'll just fold a tiny bit and fold another tiny bit down to the end, just so that we can finish this off before we sew it onto the top. Okay guys, so I've finished hemming the sides, and now I'm just tucking in this pleated detail into this bias tape that we have here, and it's pretty easy. I've put in my pleats where I want them, and I'm running this by the ironing mark that I put into the top. So we'll just hold that down and put a pin through everything. Now for this bottom bit, just like with the yellow one, I don't want it getting to the hem. So all I did was, if you can imagine this fabric fuller, I just slanted it across to this side, right? And then of course some bits of the fabric came this way, so I just drew on the chalk with it and cut out whatever that was left, because everything now went in here. So this will now look like this basically. We'll just pin that up and start sewing. So guys, now we have sewn up this part all to down here, and I'm just gonna snip this off. Yeah. So the next thing that we're going to do is connect the back pieces. These are the back pieces, so this is the center back, and I used 1 inch seam allowance. Okay, so we'll just connect those, and then we'll go for the shoulders. Okay, so for the back, we need to give space for the opening at the back so that we can get the top over our heads. And for that, I think I'll just leave 6.5 inch. So we will start sewing from here. 1 inch seam allowance. So if you can see, this is our sleeve portion, the shoulder into our grown-on sleeve, and we are going to be sewing a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So let's do that. obviously I'll do the next side and get back to you guys. So the next thing that we're going to sew is the slit at the back, so that we can finish up the back all nice. So what's going to happen is I will pin this is just 2-inch piece of fabric that's been folded to 1 inch. So I will sew half an inch going around this way, flip it in and sew down the other half an inch. Okay, so let's just start pinning. Okay guys, so we are done with the back neckline. We've done that, it looks all clean. So now we are going to do the neckline, and to do that there's a few things we have to do. So we will get the center of this rope, right? See, this is it. This is it right here, and I will mark it with a pin. Then I'm just going to walk it across the neckline, okay, and mark where it ends at the back. Okay, so now these ends I will actually flip the wrong way around, right? Then sew this way and sew this way. I will sew half an inch, okay, and I will sew it up until the cut here and turn that inside out so that it forms the ties. Then I will go ahead and sew this part around the neck the way we did for the back. Okay, all right, let me show you guys. Guys, so I've turned up this tube up to this part, okay. So now I'm doing this one, and I have my tube turner here. It does take a little bit of finagling at the beginning, but it does turn. Oops. Okay, so these are the ties by the end, here and here. This is the neck from the front to the back. So I will just now sew half an inch seam allowance all round, flip that around and sew down the way we did for the back, okay? So Okay guys, this is the neckline. This is the front, this is the back. You can see everything looks clean. These are the ties. I made them super long, but I'll check and see if it's too long when I wear it, and if it is, I will cut it up. So now all that is left is to join the side seams, so that we can do exactly the same thing here to the armhole, right, when we join the side seams. Then for the hem, I have a whole other thing because it requires us, like I said before, sewing up this like this and then turning it over like this, but that will be in a separate video because I want to teach you guys how to sew on corners, like corners on the inside and corners on the outside. Okay, so when next you see me, we should be wearing this, and that will be the end of the video. So next clip now will be me showing you guys the tops. Okay guys, this is top number 1, and I really like it. It's bright, it's yellow. Yellow is my favorite color. I didn't want to do too much because it was already bright. And yeah, I'm just showing you guys the different Ankaras I used on the top. Hey there. Okay, also, never mind that I'm wearing these tops with trousers. Tell me what you think of them though. Do you like this with the black? For the next top, which I'm also wearing with trousers, but by the way, you can also wear them with skirts. I have a full playlist for skirts on the channel. I'll hook that up for you guys. But yeah, same thing. The two Ankara that I used on the sleeves, there are reverse bias binding, and on the hem we have a reverse facing type detail. I also show you guys the ties at the back. So yeah, this is the top, you guys, and I hope you guys like it and try it out. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the skirt tutorial playlist. Peace.